Hey, thanks so much for stopping by. I have some extra sourdough discard sitting around and I am wanting a really fun way to use that today. So I have a delicious recipe I'm gonna make and I thought I would share it with you. I think you're really gonna enjoy it too. So this recipe makes crisp, flavorful crackers really quickly. And it's great because you're not throwing away any sourdough discard, putting it to a great use, making a really delicious snack that your family's gonna really like. So I don't know if you're like me, but I personally love sourdough discard recipes so much because oftentimes they are the types of recipes that include sourdough, but they don't take a long rising time or a long fermentation time. You just mix them up, cook, make them, and then they're ready to enjoy pretty quickly. So this is one of those recipes that's really fast to put together and it's ready to enjoy very quickly. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna walk you through how I make these and then we'll talk about all the tips that you need to know to make sure that they turn out well and then some fun variations too. So I'm gonna start by melting 2 tablespoons of butter in my little cast iron pan on my stove. While that's melting, I'm going to put together the rest of my ingredients that I need. So I have my little measuring pitcher here. I've been making some other things and so it's got sourdough in it already, but it's okay, it's gonna work fine. So I want 3/4 of a cup of sourdough discard. So I want 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt here. So I'm just gonna eyeball that and then we'll sprinkle on some more salt on the top as well. So you can add herbs into the cracker mixture itself, or you can sprinkle some on top later. You can add shredded hard cheeses into the crackers. You can keep them plain and basic with just salt. It's really up to you and what you want to do, but it can be really fun to experiment. Okay, that's just waiting for our melted butter, and while that's melting, I'm going to get my pan ready. Now this does take parchment paper. I know I've talked before. I do not love parchment paper right now. Even the brown colored one. I don't know what a good alternative is though for something like this. I know that anything is gonna have silicone and stuff and maybe other types of non-stick chemicals. So if you guys have a good alternative that you know about that works like parchment paper, let me know. I do have some of those Silpat baking sheets, which I have used in the past, but I don't know that they're any better. So yeah, let me know what you think. Okay, my butter is melted. It's a little hot for my liking. I would prefer it was not this hot. So I'm actually gonna let that cool a bit before I add it. Okay, I'm a lot happier with that. This is not so hot anymore, but it's still melted so that it's nice and liquid. So I'm going to add my melted butter into my crackers. It is a little dark in color now, so we've got browned butter apparently, but that's fine. My sourdough starter is darker in color also because I feed it with a combination of rye and so whole rye and whole spelt, so it's already a bit darker. So at this point, if you wanted to mix something else in, this is when you would do that. If you're adding shredded hard cheese, other seasonings, or you might decide to sprinkle those types of things on top. Some other ideas are things like rosemary with sea salt, maybe some cheddar cheese and paprika. You could even do a sweet version with some sucanat and cinnamon. If you're not familiar with sucanat, that's just the whole form of dehydrated cane sugar with all the vitamins and minerals still there. But that would be pretty tasty too. All right, when that's very nice and combined, then we get to just pour that out onto the parchment paper. Try to get all that goodness out of there. I'm working with my left hand so that you can see, but I'm not actually left-handed. And then from here, I like to just try to smooth it as thinly as I can. Nice and thin. And then I try to go for a type of a rectangle so that you end up with nice either square or rectangle shaped crackers later on. Looks like the parchment paper is starting to kind of wrinkle because of the moisture, but still just trying to get it nice and thin. And of course your consistency is going to vary a little bit depending on how wet or dry your sourdough starter is and what hydration you like to keep it at. But this is what I generally do, just work it into a nice thin rectangle like that. And then I just try to look for, are there any thick spots that are thicker than other places, and try to kind of spread those out a little bit more. And then at this point we get to sprinkle on some more sea salt. And again, if you were adding other toppings like maybe everything bagel seasoning or French herbs, hard cheeses, sesame seeds, anything like that, this is when you would do that. Okay, and then this is ready to go into the oven. So I have my oven already preheated to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'll go ahead and just put this in. Now right at the start, I'm gonna start by setting my timer to 10 minutes, and then after that 10 minutes is up, I will pull it out and we'll score them. Okay, we are ready to take those out and score them. And my favorite way to do this is with a pizza cutter. I'm just going to follow kind of that same rectangular shape that I had initially. And I want sort of rectangular shaped crackers, so I'll try to keep them all similar size. Something like that. And then they go back into the oven. And the rest of the baking time can really vary, just depending on, like I was saying, how wet or dry your sourdough starter is, your oven. It can take anywhere from 20 to maybe 40 or 50 minutes to get them to completely crisp up. So what you want to watch for is the edges starting to turn golden and them starting to be crisp. When you see the edges turning golden, then you can check them and see if they're starting to feel crisp and take them out if they are. You don't want them to burn, so it is important to keep an eye on them and check them every 10 to 20 minutes during the rest of the cooking time. So I'm going to put these back into the oven, and I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes and check on them again. All right, my oven is letting me know it's time to check on these, and they're looking really great. So I can tell that they're crispy and the edges are just ever so slightly starting to brown. And so it's got time to take these out and let them cool. So you can see that even in the middle, they're crispy. Then the edges just ever so slightly are starting to brown. So they can just cool here. You can take them off and let them cool on a cooling rack if you want to. I usually just let them cool in the pan. So I actually made 2 different batches of these today. This is another one where I used a blend of French herbs in there. So they look just a little bit different when they have those herbs in there. And then these are the plain ones with just salt. So just a couple variations. But these are really tasty. You can start trying them warm out of the oven. They break nicely. Nice and crisp, very delicious. They're buttery. They have a really nice tang from the sourdough. You can taste the salt in there. Really good. These disappear quickly, I'm warning you. So if they last this long, which I highly doubt that they will, you can store these on your counter in an airtight container for 1 to 2 weeks, or if you want to keep them around longer, you can freeze them. But I hope that you enjoyed seeing how easy it is to make your own sourdough discard crackers. Really hope you try it. You're going to love them. If you do try it, let me know how you like them. You can tag me on Instagram, take a picture of yours. I'd love to see how yours turned out. Also, let me know what flavor variations did you try. Did you keep them simple or did you add fancy things? Let me know what you did. Also, check out that description box. I have a free sourdough guide ebook down there that you can grab. I have lots of other goodies that I've made for you. I do have lots of other sourdough videos on my channel as well. They're in a sourdough playlist, so you can check those out. If you did like this video, it would mean a lot to me if you could give it a thumbs up. That really helps my channel. And if you like these kinds of videos about down-to-earth, from scratch, nourishing meals made in my farmhouse kitchen, stick around for more videos about just living a nice, simple, nourished, from scratch life. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.